Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dr. Quack podcast, part 2 of Wrestlemania. And I got to tell you, what in the hell did I just watch? You know, I got good, bad, and ugly, don't get me wrong. You know, but it seemed like the first half of the night was better than the second half. I'm telling you, that day one was great. You had, the Boneyard match at the end. Everything was wonderful. You had your 5-minute match with Oldberg. But this one seemed really jacked up. And I'm just going to put it out there the way I feel here. The good. I'm going to talk about the good first because I want to talk about the good because there has to be some goodness, right? Otis finally getting his comeuppance right there on Dolph Ziggler, finally winning his match and getting Mandy Rose. I mean, that in itself was the good. I just got to tell you, I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. It is late at night. The good. Let me try to continue on this, God, because to me there was not a lot of good. And the matches were about par. The ones that were not really scheduled, not really pushed, they were okay. Why is it that we have to have world champions have matches where they only do finishers? I mean, Jesus, you're telling me that Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar couldn't have had any kind of better match than this? 5 minutes, F5s, Suplex City, and Claymores. I'm like, Jesus, dude. Can we get all the old people out? I know Brock doesn't wrestle a long match regardless, and, people still pay to see him. I get it. But what the hell are they thinking? I'm just trying to figure all this out. And the Firefly Funhouse. Let me just go into this. What in the hell was I watching? I mean, dude, that's all I could say to myself. I mean, I loved it because I understood it, which if you're not an older wrestling fan like myself, who's been around the business for many years, if you're one of those fans who just tuned in the last couple of years, you're going to be like, what the hell did I just watch? And I don't understand it. I thought it was funny they brought up Saturday Night's Main Event. I thought it was funny that they brought up the NWO. John Cena, vintage John Cena, ruthless aggression, John Cena. They brought that up. That was really just bizarre. Like, it was weird. Undertaker's Boneyard match was weird but good. Like, it was different, but it was good. It was great to watch. It was like a horror movie. This one was like, was I on acid? Was I smoking too much shit? That's what it felt like. No, didn't do any drugs, but good God, I only had one beer. It was the weirdest thing I've ever seen. The bad. Let me get into the bad here too. Why, WWE, why are you screwing up the women's matches? All 3 of them. Women's titles, you had to screw up. Becky Lynch's, you had to have her keep the belt. You had to have Charlotte Flair win her match against Rhea Ripley. Really? That had to happen. You had to have Bayley keep her title. It is just awful to watch. I'm like, seriously. WrestleMania is supposed to be the end of a storyline for the most part, and you're supposed to be able to make new storylines, new champions. Good grief, man. It's just horrible. The second half of this show, I really give, about a D+, if that. Only because it had certain good things in it, but not much. It wasn't as good as the first day. They ran it out of order. They should have had your Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar match before the Funhouse. If you would have ended with the Funhouse, that might have just ended everything and made on a high note. But, yes, congratulations to Drew McIntyre. Truly deserves it. I'm not going to deny that. But it was a shitty match. It was horrible. Sorry, I'm trying to get over this shit. You know, and now, because this is what's funny too, Money in the Bank's being advertised May 10th. Money in the Bank was supposed to be in Baltimore, Maryland, right? Not far from me, in Baltimore, Maryland. But now they've changed locations again. So God knows what's going to happen here. We're going to do some pre-recorded stuff. They're supposed to be pre-recording SmackDown here this week before Friday. So God knows what we're going to see. Overall, it was a shit show. Like I said, I'm giving it a D+. It's not something that was really impressive to me. And without the fans, of course, it made it even worse. It was just straight doo-doo. Good God, if I could get my money back, I would. I was totally disappointed with the majority of this show. I mean, there was a few parts that were great, but most of it sucked. Sorry, folks, I'm not ending on a high note, kind of like WrestleMania 36 did. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I will be going down this week and having some more podcasts. I will be talking more as we get closer to the NFL draft, and I might even have a guest or two, so stay tuned for that, folks, and I'm out.